In this video, I'm going to give you a teaser of some of the Movie Cheer podcast Patreon content. Hey, it's me AP, aka Mr. Movie Cheer, and welcome back to another video. So, in this video, it's going to be a bit of a teaser, as I said in the intro, of what is going on the Patreon side of things, because I mention it in some like the podcasts we do at the weekends, and mention what type of videos and podcasts we've got going on the Patreon community. And I thought it would be cool to just share and give you a small teaser because I want to be respectful of the Patreon community, and I want to only just give you a small little taste of what is there, though, just to kind of wet your whistle if you like. And if you do enjoy it, feel free to check out the Patreon community, and if you do want to become a Patreon, thumbs up from me. So I hope you enjoy this teaser. So the tour begins with the cabinet, inside the cabinet, and inside we have a bunch of DVDs, and this cabinet now, I've had it for many years. I originally purchased it because I was looking for a new storage system for all my movies, and I didn't want a bookshelf. I'm not really into clutter. Clutter just makes me, something inside me, a bit OCD at times. I like the minimalist look. I'm very much like a minimalist outlook upon life, I would say, in general. And I like the fact that I can close it off. I can use this for videos, which is great, and obviously this wasn't the original purpose. But it's turned out to be a great backdrop for the movie videos, I find. I think it looks great anyway. But I love the fact that I can close it off then, and it's a nice, tidy piece of furniture, and no one would know it's got a load of movies in. Not that I'm ashamed of my movies, it's just me personally. I just like the tidy look in my home. It's just the way I am. Let's think of it like Spider-Man as a property actually exists. The Spider-Man movies exist, the Spider-Man TV show exists, and you just out of nowhere get bitten by a spider and you get all them powers that Spider-Man, has in the Spider-Man movies. So first of all, I want to say is, let's start off with this, right? I first get these powers. I get bitten by the spider the day before. I'm going to some sort of research lab where they have spiders that are all radioactive and they've got all these super abilities. I get bitten by this spider, and the day after, I'm feeling a bit groggy the night before, wake up and I feel great, I get the powers, and the realization I've got the powers now from this spider bite. How do I first react? So maybe I first find out I just I touch my hand and then a web comes out, or I put my hands on the wall and suddenly my hands are just like gripping to the wall. How do I react? I think personally I would be really shocked. I'd be super shocked by this ability. I'd be like, this isn't right. I think I'd be, in my mind, I'm like, I must be in some sort of dream, like a really heavy dream where it seems like a real, like, when you get them dreams where they feel like reality and they feel very, very realistic. I think that's what I would feel like. I would just feel like I'm stuck in a super realistic dream. So maybe once I've realized that this is not a dream, and I sort of like start to own my craft as this spider, or these spider abilities, these spider powers. I start shooting webs, and I realize, this is happening in the real life now, and I have these spider powers. I think the sort of person I am a quiet person, and I'm not the sort of person who's going to go out and shout it about that I have spider powers. I think I would even be reluctant to tell family members and close friends. I think I would be really reluctant at first. I'd be like, I need to see what's going on here and see if this is someone else's. Maybe this is see if something like this has happened online. Maybe search like a Reddit post to see if anyone's happened, or check the news, see if anyone else is suffering from these same sort of symptoms, these same abilities. I don't think I'd be inclined to go to the hospital. I think I would be a bit reluctant at first to go to the hospital, because it's like, you go to the hospital, everyone knows you have these powers then, and it's headline news, you become the biggest thing in the world, and I just don't think that would suit my personality at all. I wouldn't want everyone to know about these powers. I want to keep this strictly to myself before I feel comfortable with telling people. So I think, first couple of days for sure, I think I would be honestly keeping things to myself, pretending that everything is as normal as can possibly be. And I think I'd just be going to work and doing the podcast here and just doing things as normal as possible and making sure that nothing seems off when people, see me or anything like that. So that's the way I would probably first react to getting these powers. As you can see at this moment in time, I've got a new look. I've got the mustache. I've got a hat on my head. Some new attire. So tonight, as I'm filming this right now, I've been filming for the past 3 hours or so. It is 10 to 3 in the morning. Why am I shooting this late in the day? Basically, I've got neighbours, I've got people living in the house, I've got dogs barking next door, so I always find at night time it is a bit easier to get some stuff filmed. I had a bit of free time, so I thought let's use this time to shoot the scenes for the Monster Hideaway. The scenes with Husky Flying, and the brother of Headshot Bill, the character. And it's worked out well. I am pretty tired now, but it's been a fun evening of getting all the footage of Husky stuff done for the first episode. And as you can see as well, I am on the main store front of the Monster Hideaway, which is the setting of the show, basically. And this has been decorated behind me. In the Watch Order Task Force, the movies are represented by idiots who think they know the perfect sequence in which viewing pleasure can be achieved. These are their excuses. Hey there, I'm Watch Order Cadet AP, and today I'm on my 4th assignment on the Watch Order Task Force. The captain said to me, if I ace this assignment, he'll let me dress up as a human piñata and get hit by the rest of the department with a bunch of sticks. I'm a lucky boy. So, what is today's assignment? I'll tell you what it is. Today's assignment is this. I am going to be judging the X-Men universe of movies, the mutant universe, whatever you want to call it, the universe of Fox X-Men movies, and I will be putting them into an order of best viewing pleasure for you as a watcher of movies. So let's start off with my first choice in this assignment, and my first choice of these X-Men movies goes to the prequel 4 movies. I don't know, would you call it a quadrilogy, I think that's the official term, what you would call it, a quadrilogy. It's 4 movies. I think that's right anyway. And, this quadrilogy included X-Men First Class, which was released in 2011, Days of Future Past 2014, X-Men Apocalypse in 2016, and Dark Phoenix in 2019. I'm going to pick the best of the bunch for me personally, and that is First Class. I think it is just a superb movie. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was between Days of Future Past and First Class. I think them two are definitely the strongest in them 4 movies. But First Class, I choose it mainly because it really introduces us. I mean, first of all, it was a big recast. We got all these characters from the original trilogy being recast in younger versions. So we get James McAvoy as Professor X and Michael Fassbender as Magneto. We get Jennifer Lawrence and joining the cast as well. So we're getting all this new iteration of the X-Men characters, and I didn't know what to expect. I was intrigued and seeing the trailers, and I was really excited. And I watched this movie, and it was just so good. So good to watch. I can't remember. I don't think I watched it in the cinemas. I think I watched it maybe the first time on DVD, I'm pretty sure. But this was just a phenomenal movie. It was, it says on the DVD cover here, explosive and unmissable. And I really think that sums this movie up. It was just, from start to finish, the introduction of Magneto's character. It goes back to them origins of him in the camps as a child, and then you see Professor X's origin with him sort of being brought up with Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique, as children. And then you see the two paths crossing of Magneto and Professor X, and then them starting the X-Men. And you see at first, Magneto is a good character, really. He's more like I suppose he's a good character in this, but he's definitely got villainous tendencies, and he's got a chip on his shoulder where he wants to get revenge on for his family and kill the people who murdered his family. So he's always got that in the back of his mind. But it's just I love the telling of this origin, and I think they nail it as an origin story. They really nail the telling of these characters and reapproaching these characters and giving them a new layout, and really building also upon what came before with that original trilogy. Because we start off in that OG original X-Men movie of Magneto and Professor X, them against each other, but also we see hints of them having a friendship and being friends at one point in the past. And now we go back and we see where that journey started, how that friendship began, how that friendship, is going to be fractured in the future. And it really is just a great storytelling opportunity, and they really nailed that opportunity, in my opinion. I think the casting was great throughout. I think they had a really good cast. You've got Kevin Bacon in there as well as the main sort of like villain in this. It was, I think it was it was under like new directorship. I think there was a new director on this. I think it might have been, was it Simon Kinberg? He might have directed this one. I think it was Simon Kinberg. Let me just have a look on. I'm scrambling here. Oh, hang on. No, I am incorrect. It is Matthew Vaughn. I think he's the guy who does them new spy movies, them Kingsman movies. But I really enjoyed it. I loved, they still didn't have a lot of the classic designs. They had a bit of it. They had a bit of the yellow in there, but still avoided it to a degree. My favorite characters, though, Beast, the big blue beast guy, played by the British actor Nick. What was his name? I forget his name. Nicholas Hoult. That's right. And I think he's a great character. They've thrown him in there. My standout, though, would be Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I just think he's just such a tormented character. You see him, like I said, you see his childhood of in them camps as a kid, and then he's going up and he's trying to kill all the Nazis that the German soldiers who killed his parents, and then you see him he wants to just get revenge upon the world, and you just see the anger in his eyes. And I always thought Sir Ian McKellen was superb in that role of Magneto, and I still to this day I think he is a great actor and performer in that role. But I think Fassbender, it was hard shoes to fill. Him and Professor X, both hard shoes to fill, but he absolutely nailed it. One of the really fun parts as well in this is when they're going on recruiting for more mutants for the X-Men, and you see them going up to, it's in this short scene, they go up to Wolverine, and he just basically tells them to F off. And I love that. I think it was ace. If you enjoyed this Patreon teaser video, feel free, as I said at the start of the video, if you want to become a Patreon, you can become a Patreon for $1 minimum, that is it. And basically you get access to all of the content, the podcast, bonus videos, bonus audio commentaries, whatever else we got on there. There's tons of content. But if it goes to supporting the Movie Cheer podcast to grow, even more so to buy new equipment, to make better content, and it just make the community grow as a whole. So if you do want to check out the rest of the content and you want to become a Patreon, feel free to check it out and come along and join the community. But thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to spread a bit of movie cheer, and as always, I will see you next time.